The Google Pixel 8 was my first Android phone since probably 2008 or 2009 when I had a really bad HTC smartphone that would crash anytime I would open up Facebook. So as a native iPhone user, there are a lot of things I have to say about my experience with the Google Pixel 8, what I liked, what I didn't like, and I'd love to tell you about it. So let's talk tech. I'm Adrian with Ardently Tech, and I've been an iPhone user since 2009, and I haven't really thought of switching to the Android realm until I saw them around, I think, the Pixel 6. It got a lot of love and attention, especially with the camera and its processing. I was like, what is this Google Pixel phone that everyone is talking about? Then I started doing this YouTube channel where I started to pay attention to other companies outside of iPhone, and Google Pixel 7 really did catch my eye with the Pixel Pro and the G Tensor chip. It intrigued me enough to say, wow, that really looks like they're trying to do what Apple's doing, but in a Google way. And I liked it. But I did make the full switch then, and I had an opportunity to get this for a really good price, under $400. So it was a obvious pickup for me. Obviously, I still use my iPhone 14 Pro, but this is more of a personal phone, and I use the Google Pixel as somewhat like a business phone. So let's talk about the Google Pixel 8 and talk about what I really enjoyed about it first. This is going to be my first Google phone, but also my first Android phone, so I'm going to come at it at a little bit of a different perspective. The customization on Android phones is definitely something that I hear a ton about and what people gloat about when having Androids versus iPhone discussions. I will say that it is a really nice customization, especially just being able to move a random app at anywhere around the screen without it having to be put into place by iPhone. And I know there's rumors of the iPhones eventually getting that as well. I get why people say Android's done it for years. As annoying as that gets as an iPhone user, they're right. And I love the fact that I can make the Android navigation very similar to what I am used to on the iPhone navigation system. I will say there is a flaw to that customization in a little bit when I talk about what I didn't like, but moving on to what I still loved about it, and it's the apps available in the store, in the Google Play Store. Recently, Apple just finally let emulators available on the App Store, where that wasn't available for a long time. I was able to get it on the Google Pixel and play old Pokemon games and things like that whenever I wanted to, and it was really great. Another thing I love is the screen size and the quality of the screen display. I remember being blown away by it when I first saw it in hand, and my wife even was like, wow, I really love that display, and she's been an iPhone user for years as well. I will also say that the overall size and feel of the phone is great. The curved edges, the button layouts for everything just being there. It's really nice that everything is just easily accessible and easy to grab. But there's a lot of things that are just like small details that I really enjoyed in the Android or Google Pixel experience. When you press the sleep button, it sleeps in a way where it shuts down towards the power button, which is pretty cool. And when you open it with the fingerprint, it opens up from the fingerprint as well. And it just feels like welcoming. I don't know what about it, but the small details really hit hard. And two other small details is the background movement on certain live backgrounds that you can have. It's just really cool to see like the waves crashing on the sand, all the little movements happening, and I love that. And another thing is the sleep mode. When you set a sleep mode, it desaturates the entire color of your screen, so it just makes it less appealing to look at and just makes you just want to sleep and stop using your phone, which I have a problem with. So I enjoy having that feature. You do have sleep mode on the iPhone, and you can probably do the same thing, but it's not automatic with sleep mode like it is with the Google Pixel. Obviously, another thing that I love is the Google integration. As someone who uses Google Drive and Google everything for work and for personal work, it is nice to have a phone that just has seamless integration to all the different Google softwares like Google Drive, Google Podcasts, all the different stuff in general. Not that it's not accessible on your iPhone, but again, it's just something that really works well with obviously their Google Pixel phone. Now the camera, there's a lot to say about the camera. I'm gonna try to condense it because there's so much to say. And this is one of the reasons why I was excited about the Google Pixel 8, and it's still the reason why I'm still excited about the Google Pixel 8. The camera quality in the Google Pixel 8 is so much better than what a lot of iPhone users want to believe. And sure, that can probably be said about the other Android phones, but there's something about the Google Pixel 8 and the Google Pixels in general that produce such a great quality photo that even when I showed my friends two different photos sent by either the 15 Pro and my Google Pixel 8 at the same time, and I sent it them blindly, more than half of the time they would choose use the Pixel 8. And a lot of my friends are iPhone users. But I will say there are some people who could tell the difference immediately that this was a Pixel phone and this was an iPhone. But it is still weird that when you take pictures and videos on apps like directly on Instagram, the quality of the photos do seem different than what they do if you take it on an iPhone. I don't know why that is. It's just very obviously like, oh, I can tell that was taken on an Android immediately when I see that story versus an iPhone. There's probably a reason, and I'm ignorant to, but it is, I did catch my eye and I did notice that. There's a lot to be impressed with all the different features that come with the Magic Eraser, the best take feature, which I have to use a couple of times with my family when we went down to see my grandfather for his birthday. The best take is something that I really got a use out of, and I will continue to get a use out of because I will consistently use this as a group taking photo camera. As I mentioned in my 15 Pro video, I don't typically take advantage of all the camera features available on the 15 Pro. The case is still the same with the Google Pixel 8. It has a lot of features. I don't use them all, but they are really cool to have. One of the last things I really enjoyed that I can remember right now on the Google Pixel 8 is its search functions. Obviously, Google is a search web first and foremost, and they made it so easy to search for things and to find things using your Google Pixel. If you're watching something and you're watching a video and you want to see what something is, you can just press down on the home bar and circle something and it'll show you exactly what that is. And I think that is really unique. The Google Assistant, also very impressive, very fast, very simple, something that Siri cannot compare to. Regardless on how you need to search or find the information on this phone, the Google Pixel 8 makes it so easy for you to stay informed and to be informed and to find things that you're looking for. As I mentioned, I use the Google Pixel 8 as a business phone, so I keep it pretty separate from my family plan, especially because it would be really expensive to add it to my family plan. And that's why we partner with Mint Mobile for today's video. Mint is super reliable and so much affordable, I don't have to consider cutting out expenses just to pick up another line. If you didn't know, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless service for as low as $15 a month, including their unlimited plan. And right now, for new customers, there's a special going on between now and May 31st. If you sign up for a new plan with Mint, you get 6 months of Paramount Plus on Mint. This offer is available for all the different plans, including unlimited, as long as you're a first-time customer. Mint Mobile is on the nation's largest 5G network, which is great because saving money shouldn't come at the cost of quality service. And switching to Mint is super easy. It can be done in a few minutes online through its eSIM service, and you can bring your phone, your current number, and your current contacts without having to sacrifice any of that in the switch. So if you want to make the switch to Mint, make sure that you do it before May 31st so that you can get 6 months of Paramount Plus for absolutely no cost to you. So just type in mintmobile.com/ardently or use the link in the description to make the switch today. As much as I like the Google Pixel 8 Pro, there were some things that I didn't really care about, starting with the texting between different Android phones. When I was texting my friend Mark, who has an Android, it didn't really correlate. We're still using MMS and SMS. So I was like, why is that the case? Is it just his Samsung or what? But then I started texting a friend who had the OnePlus 11, and texting through RCS definitely made a difference. I just thought it would be the same across all Android phones, and that might just be my iPhone user ignorance to how all the RCS works and stuff like that, but it just wasn't as simple as I thought it was. Now, I mentioned the customization was a really cool experience, but there was just a lot to customize. And sometimes it just came to analysis paralysis or just a little overwhelming to customize everything. I have not even cracked the surface to all the different ways I can customize the screen. So it's really nice to have. It's just not something I'm used to. And again, just is a little overwhelming as someone who came from an iPhone, which recently just had the ability to make those changes. Another thing I didn't really care for is actually the fingerprint sensor. I loved having it back. I will say it's really great to have fingerprint sensor. I actually prefer fingerprint sensor at times, but the fingerprint sensor here just isn't as consistent as what the fingerprint sensor is like on an iPad mini. It's just not as snappy. It's just a tad slower. It's a really nitpicky thing, but it is nice to have it back. So I'm not really complaining. I just wish that it was a bit more consistent. The Google Pixel 8 also does warm up when it's charging a little bit or when you're ever trying to charge and do something, which I guess is normal, but just felt sometimes a little warmer than I'm used to. And again, another nitpicking thing, this bar situation is nice. It is a nice noticeable way to distinguish your Google Pixel from other Android phones. It did take a while to get used to the layout. I will say that. I would love for this to be a more brushed design like the titanium on the iPhone now. The glossy finish is obviously creates a lot of fingerprints, which is not a big deal, but it is noticeable. But if you enjoyed this video so far, make sure to like this video and let us know that you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. If you want to get any of the accessories that you've seen on the video, I'll try to put a list down there in the description, and you can help support our channel by using our affiliate links. If you are a Google Pixel 8 user, I'd love to know what your experience has been, if you enjoyed it, if you've had several different Google Pixel phones or Android phones, and if you love it and why. I just would love to have a discussion about it, because again, this is my first Android phone in years, and it's a really great experience. But I want to know if that's the same for other people who've maybe made the switch or not. So would I recommend this Google Pixel to anybody? I would say if you are anyone who's considering an Android phone, or maybe even making the switch from an Apple to an Android, I would recommend going with the Google Pixel, because it makes the switch so doable. Yes, there are some things that kind of take you out of your element as maybe an iPhone user is used to, like I said, with the customization or anything like that. But it really makes certain things doable, just like being able to read or listen to your music and tell you what it is on the bottom of the screen. Like things like that, small details like that, I even forgot to mention that earlier. It's been really great to have. So highly recommend for anyone who is already an Android user or someone who's considering making the switch from an iPhone to an Android, the Google Pixel 8 is one that you should at least consider. My overall grade for the Google Pixel 8 will be a 9 out of 10. There's no perfect grade for any phone. It was a nice welcome change of pace while still being familiar and easy to use. But though I loved it so much, I don't think I can cut cold turkey on my iPhone and switch, because I just have all my other products like my MacBook, my iPads, my Apple Watch. I'm just in the ecosystem, and it works all so well together. Doesn't mean that it's out of the question for the future, but as of right now, it's just not in the picture. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch any of our other videos on our channel. If you are an iPhone user, you want to know what the 15 Pro Max was like, I did a 6-month review right here you can go watch. And if you're into iPads or anything like that, we've been doing a lot of iPad videos, so you can check that out right here or any of the videos else on our channel. We'll see you on one of those videos. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.